Hello. Kingsley, can you hear me? I want to know if my microphone is on. There we Circle Foods. In Anihem Nebu, is microphone on? Okay. Hey. All right. Let's look at YouTube. YouTube. Today, I've not been able to set my camera well. Let me see. How? Okay. Uh let's see. Okay. All right, we're good on YouTube as well. Tabo abalị itoolu n'ọnwa abụọ nke afọ 2026. Dinora Abidova. That name sounds Igbo. Dinora. Iwu onye Igbo. Ị nọ n'ụra? Okay. Ngwa ka anyị kesanụ ihe ọmụmụ nke ụbọchị taa. Let's share. Thank you, Useku Foods, for sharing. Let's remind people that we're here. Okay. Wada Sally, Dalo. We will not be able to stream on Instagram today because I don't have my camera holder. My kids removed it where I usually keep it and I didn't see it early. All right, so I'm going to use my phone to share. I'm going to use my phone to share. Okay. Impeccable. Kedo, dalo. Kamboachi gị letter. Oh, good evening. Yeah, I'm Nkuzi here now. Let me call you later, no? Yeah. All right. Maazị Kingsley ndewo. Mwada Sally ndewo. Useku Foods ndewo. That face looks like Uchechi, but your name is not there. User ndewo, are you Uchechi? Impeccable ndewo, no, mmadụ niile. Today we are going to do a lot of writing. Kedu ndị nọ na YouTube? Please let me know. Ndị nọ na YouTube, let me know. Beatrice, are you there? All right. Theophilus, are you on YouTube? Okay. Uche, you're welcome. You're going to have to let me know. Tell me why you were absent in today's briefing. All right. Let's bring more people. Let us bring people. Let's bring people. Nkuzi ebidogokwa. We have started. We have started. Okay. Chef Joshua. I recognize you. Dalo. All right. I'm here to get to know my YouTube viewers. Please, YouTube, identify yourselves. Identify. Whoa, Neddy Guy. Neddy Guy 25 cents a rose. Thank you, Neddy Guy. Fidels. Thank you for joining. All right. All right. Okay, ana m anabata mmadụ niile. Udo dịrị unu. Eji m aha Chineke anabata anyị. Ana m anabata anyị n'asụsụ Igbo. If you don't understand Igbo, don't worry, I'm going to come back to English. Yes, language learning. Anyị na-ekele Chineke onye dosara anyị ndụ, onye mere ka anyị bụrụ ndị dị ndụ n'ala ndị dị ndụ taa. Ihe ọbụla anyị na-eme bụ ihe dị mma, onye nwe anyị ga-agọzie na-aga n'ihu n'ụbọchị taa, n'izu a, n'ọnwa a, n'afọ a. Ya wụ na ka anyị gaa n'ihu na-atụkwasị obi na Chineke, agba mbọ n'ihe anyị nwere ike iji aka anyị mee, n'ihi na n'agbanyeghị ka ụwa si na-atụgharị, Chineke ka na-elekwasị anya na ndị na-eme ihe ọma na ndụ, na ndị na-egosi amara na ịhụnanya na obi ebere. Ọ na-elekwasị anya ebe ụmụ ya nọ, ndị nwere obi ọmịiko, n'ebe ndị ọzọ nọ, ndị na-arụ ọrụ na-eme ka ụwa bụrụ ebe dị mma, na-eme ka ọ chịwa mmadụ n'ihu ụbọchị niile. Unu ma na-enwere ndị ndụ ha bụ na ha na-eme mmadụ ihe buru n'obi, ọrụ ha bụ iweta anya mmiri. That is not good. Okay. Success, you are here today on YouTube. Thank you. All right. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for those who came early. Coco Comics, thanks for the roses. Thank you for coming today. I welcome you all. This is Omenka App Igbo class, and this is Igbo Literacy Project. The teaching of Igbo language is brought to you by Omenka App. Omenka App is an organization. It is a movement for the preservation of Igbo language and culture. We started this project at the backdrop of UNESCO's prediction in 2006. Onisha Igbo. I teach standard Igbo. and I'm not from Onisha. I teach the Igbo that every Igbo speaker understands, which is called Standard Igbo. And by the way, my class is about teaching us how to write Igbo well. So in writing Igbo, you are encouraged to write the standard. Thank you, Nerdy Guy. Nerdy Guy, are you Igbo? Right, so the class is brought to you as a campaign, as a project towards the preservation. There were Coco Comics. Towards the preservation, thank you, Asa. Thank you for the heart of the restoration of Igbo heritage. And we all know, if you do not know, in 2006, UNESCO predicted that Igbo language has the potential of going extinct. And this is because Igbo people are continuously, progressively showing a negative attitude towards their language. And this is coming at the backdrop of, thank you, Lady Kali. You are welcome. You are definitely at the right place. Thank you. So at the backdrop of the Igbo people traveling sporadically, it is a beautiful thing that we celebrate in Igbo land that, oh, Igbo people are very industrious. They travel across the world and they build a community. They become part of the community. But unfortunately, this beautiful cultural traits, this beautiful way of life has a huge disadvantage. And that is the one that is telling on our cultural heritage, starting with our language. That is because more younger Igbo people are born outside of Igbo land. More Igbo young people are marrying outside of Igbo land. We have beautiful women married from other cultures, other foreign cultures that love, identify with the culture to which they are married. But much of the time we see that because they are living outside of Igbo land, raising their children outside of the Igbo land, the children end up not having a connection with the language, nor with even the environment, the cultural environment. So more Igbo families are producing less and less Igbo children. And why do I say less and less? If a person is not able to identify with a group of people, a cultural identity through the language, there is a problem. There is a hollow. And it is that hollow that we see today manifesting in several ways. And because we are living in a digital world, a world of social media, where the world is becoming too close in terms of communication, people express themselves through the social media and things flow across. Videos go viral. That is why we are encouraging us to share this teaching so that it goes viral, so that more Igbo sons and daughters will benefit from what we share here. I speak English more in this class because of I have seen my analytics and algorithm shows that my students, 80% and more of my students are people who do not predominantly speak Igbo language. So I will not communicate effectively if I speak more Igbo, even though I speak Igbo in my class because I'm teaching the language. But I use English to express my teaching more because I want to carry everybody along. So in my class, I have many more Igbo sons and daughters who like and love what we do here every Monday, but they cannot express themselves in the language. And that is why I try to make the class incorporating to benefit both those that are learning ABCD and those that are teaching the language. So this is a project, this is a campaign, and we are very happy that you are here. For the past several months, I have been treating the topic Mkpụrụokwu Igbo. Mmadụ niile ka anyị kwuo ya, Mkpụrụokwu Igbo. Mkpụrụokwu Igbo, which is in my translation of it, aspects of Igbo words. And we have been looking at how the Igbo words operate when they are on their own and when they have a relationship with other words in a sentence, in a phrase, in a clause. And this is leading us to learning how to write Igbo words, learning how to write. And I can authoritatively tell you, as a teacher of linguistics and languages and Igbo as well, that with my experience working with Igbo language, Igbo communities, lots and lots of Igbo sons and daughters who even speak Igbo fluently, both the young and the old, do not know how to write Igbo. And this is one of the bedrocks of the challenges Igbo language is having. The reason is because people come online, WhatsApp, Facebook, it is their platform. They write whatever they like. Some people are so proud and arrogant to the point that even when you want to correct them, they feel hurt, or they feel insulted. So how can we go on misrepresenting our language in several different ways without people knowing that the language is a collective thought that has developed into what we refer today as a standard? Okay, just like someone asked me if I teach Onitsha Igbo. Onitsha Igbo is a dialect. It is a form of Igbo. It is not the Igbo that we write, but it is the Igbo that people who come from Onitsha can speak. And when they speak, I don't come from Onitsha, will understand them because I am Igbo. But when you want to write, you don't write Onitsha Igbo, because Onitsha Igbo is just a dialect of Igbo. If everybody come writing their dialect, we will end up throwing ourselves into confusion. In the very first place, all of our dialects have not developed their writing system outside of the standard of the language. So the language that is standard, the form that is written, is a form that is standard. This is what happens to every language that has the standard form and the dialects, especially the English that I speak. If I speak whatever form of English, Nigerian English, Pidgin English, however I speak it, if I'm presenting an official document, I am expected, nobody will tell me that this official document I'm presenting must be presented in the official grammar. It doesn't matter whether I know that grammar very well or not. I will try and represent myself in the official form of writing English. When I write something that is not official, it is at that time somebody is going to look at what I wrote and either cancel it to say you speak or you write bad grammar. Sometimes, maybe what I wrote, maybe I spoke, maybe forgiven or pardoned. But by the time I wrote it down, it has become official and I can be held liable for it. Ndewo, Igbo Kwenu, Dalo. Is that your name or you are greeting us? All right. So I welcome you all. Omenka app is also an app that is currently on your phones. So your Play Store and Apple Store, Omenka app is available. If you are among those that are learning ABC, you are an Igbo son or daughter, born outside, even though you are born on Igbo soil, you do not know how to speak Igbo well or write it well. please download Omenka app. If you are a parent and you know that you are raising your children outside of Igbo land, they may end up not speaking your language, not identifying with Igbo. This is the right platform for you. And Omenka app is the right tool for learning Igbo that you can grab. Go to Play Store while the class is going on, download Omenka app. Okay, right. You can see it on my shirt. And then speaking of what I'm putting on today, I'm wearing 4/4. That's what we'll call it when you go to youth service, you know, Ajwaya, when you go to do platoon marching. Okay, and so when you wear your Ajwaya, your hat, your inner shirt, your khaki top and the khaki down, and then your boots, you are wearing 4/4. So for Omenka app today, I'm wearing 4/4 because what I'm putting on down, my trouser or my pants, according to Americans, look at it, is Omenka app and this. So we produce this not just to brand ourselves. This is also available for on demand for those of you that want it. Some of you have been asking how you can support us. You can support us in several different ways, one of which is by buying the brand Omenka app. So if you why not use Igbo to ask your audience? Mother of Kings, ọwụ na nabata ugbu a, ajọs nkwucha ya ihe mem ji na-asụ bekee more. Agaje m ịsụ Igbo. Over 80% of my students here do not primarily speak Igbo. Ya nwa mem ji na-asụ bekee karịa Igbo. Okay? Ama m na ịghọtara ihe m na-ekwu. Ndị na-amụ ihe na klaasị m, ọtụtụ n'ime ha anaghị asụ Igbo. Ha wụ ụmụafọ Igbo. Ha na-aghọta ntakịrị ntakịrị. Give me 1 sec, please. Let me take a call. Hello. How are you, sir? I'm doing good. I am currently teaching, and I was about why I picked your call is because I wanted to like text you to say, let's reschedule our meeting today because something else came up. Yes. Let me text you another day. Thank you. All right, bro. Bye. Yeah. Bye. All right. Thank you. So Yanwa Mere. Oh, okay. They were Mother of Kings. Caribbean or Nigeria, right? Agama Aswibo, Mugega no Ihim Neku. So I am doing introduction. I have a lot of people in my class who do not, who may not follow me if I speak all of the Igbo. All right. So if you are intending to get our shirts, please DM us, DM us, private chat us on our account. Anyone, let us know where you are. We have this for those that are living in America. And then we have another one, the green and white shirts only, Makandi non Nigeria. So all we need if I, you know, to help brand us, please let us know. We will let you know how much it costs and how to get it to you. We can ship to wherever you are, at least now in Nigeria and in the US so far, and maybe to Canada as well. So if you're joining us from any of these places, please let us know if you need our shirt. For those of you who want to make donation to the promotion of Igbo language and culture through our Igbo literacy project, you can do that by going to our website, www.ihave.org. You will see a donation button. If you make your donation and say it is for the Igbo literacy project, that will get to us, and we would appreciate you. We have a lot of projects we are doing at the grassroots, and we have a lot we are also doing outside of the grassroots. Jaja Wandemwai, you are welcome. Dalo, it's good to see you. ndị niile si na otu ndị nkuzi Igbo, ọ bụrụ na unu nọ ebe a mee ka m mara, ahụbeghị m aha unu ebe a. Ọ bụrụ na ị so na otu ndị nkuzi Igbo, mee ka m mara. Oh, I've not seen anybody yet. I'm looking forward for that. All right. Maka ndị na-esoro anyị, Precious, ndewo. Precious, kedu? Maka ndị na-esoro anyị taa bụ gị mbụ iso, ma ọ bụ you're just passing gị wee hụ klaasị a. Ebe a ka anyị na-akụzi ka esi ede Igbo. Ị nwere ike ịma Igbo asụ mana ị maghị ede. Nsogbu dị. Anyị na-achọ ịgbanwe ihe na-adịghị mma na-eme n'asụsụ Igbo. Maka ndị nne na nna nọ na Nigeria, Mother of Kings, ana m ekele gị for having your children, ime ka ụmụ gị soro gị nọrọ ebe a. Ọtụtụ ụmụazị anyị na-agazi ụlọ akwụkwọ ebe a anaghị akụzi Igbo n'ala Igbo taa. Ọtụtụ ihe kpatara ya, ụfọdụ bụ enweghị ndị nkuzi, ụfọdụ wee bụrụ ndị nkuzi enweta amaghị Igbo akụzi, ha agaghị akụzinwu. Ha lee anya n'ihi na mebi nwanne ha maọbụ nwanna ha maọbụ di ha maọbụ nwunye ha nọ n'ọchịchị. Okay, all right. Thank you, Precious. You're welcome. If you eventually succeed, you are welcome to our community. Igbo people are one of the most hospitable people on the planet Earth. We welcome people whenever they identify with us. Okay, and it's a great thing to have you in the class. Yes, Jen, I think Jen Onyi, right? You are not alone, and this is a place for you to be. That is why, like I was explaining, I try to blend Igbo and English in my teaching. But you made the right decision by being here, Jen. And please go ahead and download the Menka app, and it will help you in your daily efforts towards learning Igbo. We have the word section. We have several different contents that we are creating, to help Igbo for them to be able to, connect back to their cultural identity. All right. So if you are born outside of Igbo land, or you are a foreigner getting married or being married to an Igbo person, you don't feel left out, okay? Because we welcome you with our two hands, and we are going to enculturate you into the identity. All right. Okay, so ebe a ka anyị na-amụ ka esi ede Igbo karịchasịa, and when you have a question with regard to what is going on, please you ask. Ihe m na-ekwu tupu m wee kwuo ihe ọzọ bụ na ụlọ akwụkwọ anyị ha ndị nọ n'ala Igbo ugbu a, ọtụtụ n'ime ha anaghịzi akụzi Igbo. They don't learn Igbo anymore. Anyị wee bịazikwe hụ na gọọmenti etiti Nigeria emeela ya ka ọ hapụ ibu iwu na ụmụ akwụkwọ ga-amụsị asụsụ ha. It is a huge concerning thing. In a country that is multilingual, that has multiplicity of tongues, students are no longer under the policy of education that is brought now. They no longer need to learn their native tongue, only English. Very huge concerning. So Igbo language is already having an issue with the way the attitude we are giving it. And now this is happening. So yanwa mere ụmụaka iburu nne na nna nyere ụmụaka gị aka, let them get indoctrinated into their culture. Bikono ihe aka anyị na-arịọ, and that is why we are doing what we are doing. Daalụnụ. All right. N'ụbọchị taa, nwanyị ọma daalụ. Oh, thanks for following. I welcome everybody. So for those of you that may also want to have a private or customized class, also go to our website, i-have.org. We have a program where you can enroll into Igbo language. We have teachers. I must not be the one that will teach you. I have a team of people who are available that will teach you according to your schedule. But other than that, what we're doing here is free. And every Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Nigerian Time. We are here. I never na tapia susibo. Ebogesi na to obiayoto. That is what we're doing. Okay. All right. Yadere mmadụ niile mma. So n'ụbọchị taa, ihe anyị ga-eme, ihe anyị nọ n'elu ya bụ anyị ka na-ele anya ka mgbakwunye nsonaazụ si arụ ọrụ n'azụ ngwa. Mgbakwunye nsonaazụ means this is affix. I'm not supposed to write it like this in English though. Suffixes, that's what it means, okay? So that's just what I mean. Nsonaazụ means suffix. Mgbakwunye means affix. So ya nwa ka anyị nọ na-eleba anya kamgbe. Anyị ahụla mgbakwunye mgbatị, ọ bụ na nsonaazụ mgbatị rather. Ọ bụ na itinye ịgbakwunye ihe n'okwu, you find out that it will just extend that word, especially in consideration of tense. Okay, then n'izu gara aga, we now saw some examples of mgbe ọ ga-abụ ịgbakwunye okwu n'azụ ngwa ya onye gị mgbanwe. Okay, we have been dealing with this topic, especially starting from considering the noun and how the noun behaves. And now we went to verbs and how the verb behaves. And then we now saw that the verb does not work in isolation, except when you begin to add other particles to it. And when you add particles to it, you find out that it changes the meaning of a particular word. It can change the category. Dịka na mgbe ị ga-asị je, itinye ịgbakwunyele ihe n'azụ je, ọkwa ya, enwete je. So je is go in the lexical form. E bụ gịnị? Suffix. Itinye gị nwetezi je, which is rather the completion of go, and this is what we call imperative. That is mgbe mmadụ gwara gị mee ihe. Imperative, when you are asked to do something. So the sense is complete here. For those of you that don't know how Igbo verb works, you might wonder, why is it go here? Why is it go here? Yes, this is J, and this is what we represent in its lexical form. And that is to say that this is capable of taking prefix and suffix. Okay? Mana, this particular word can the potential of receiving other words to either change the meaning or change the tense or change the category of the word or just to expand. So, for instance, J plus re will give us what? Jere. And we know what J means, and we know that this is what? Went. This is suffix. The same thing, ọ bụrụ na anyị etinye re ebe a, anyị ga-enwetanwu J plus re. So this is now past tense. So anyị nweta J agbakwunyere yi, anyị nweta okwu ga-asị J yi. All right, let me put my tone marks. J, J, A. Here, my tone mark changes. A, eba, J, re, J, re. My tone mark changes. That's how it works. The tone mark changes when we have an activity that happens to the word, to the verb root. Okay, and when this happens, the tone changes. The meaning sometimes will also change. One sec. None of my class, I'm teaching. Yeah, you can text me. All right. Daalụ na mmadụ niile ndị na-esonye anyị. If you are just joining us now, you're welcome. If you are Igbo, this is the right place for you. If you are not Igbo, you have an affiliation with Igbo, this is also the right place for you to enculturate yourself. Okay? All right. Ndị niile nọ na otu ndị nkuzi Igbo ahụbeghị m unu ebe a. Mee ka m mara. All right. So my tone mark changes as the activities happen on the word. J, this one has a natural tone of down, and then I will have J, E, of course. That's the tone. And this means what? Did not go. Which is, in grammar, we'll call it negation. When something more nju na Igbo, nju, negation. Okay. If I'm too fast, please let me know. I can slow down. Yeah, negation, Jaja. We can have other forms, or okay, like J plus A plus La. We now have J La, J A La. We now have J A La. You see, all of them high tone, just like it has high tone. So this maintains its tone here. Now, when I'm saying or applying the tone, some of you in how is he deriving the tone? Austin Shane, you're welcome. Kedo. Lady Zomta Dalo, thanks for coming in. All right. So tone is a predominant or significant aspect of the Igbo grammar. Okay, you don't learn it one day. You master it and it becomes part of you. So I may not easily make mistake in my tone. Even if I get confused, I kind of slow down and apply the metrics. There's a formula to it when you know it. But one of the ways to help you learn and understand tone is by either humming it or by, if you are familiar with notation, sulfur notation, you can apply sulfur notation. Like Eba J Mobo, do, is a high tone. People do that. Or we use the letters, because Igbo language were two major tones, which is high and low. And high is high and low is low. Two major tones. The third, the one that made it third, is not a major tone because it has its limitations. That is why we do not project it as a major tone. Then, which is what? Mid, which is like this. But high and low are something you can get by saying high, low, high, low. Now, the problem with mid is that I cannot say mid in isolation. In Igbo, I cannot produce mid tone, or what some people call downstep tone. I will, Jaja, yeah, or downstep tone in isolation. Like so. So my tone is high, low, high, low. So here, J is naturally high, A is naturally high, La is naturally high. And they come here and still maintain their tone. J, A, La, J, A, La. And you can see this in an example like O, J, A, La, O, J, A, La. That means he or she or it has gone. has gone. Mina, you're welcome. Dalo. All right. So for Jaja, you wanted me to talk more about negation. Negation, well, first of all, the Igbo language, as far as Igbo grammar is concerned, it's a negation marker. I cannot think of any amaghị okwu ị ga-ekwu ị na-achọ igosi njụ. Negation means njụ. Negation. Njụ. Njụ. Ma ọ bụ ihe emeghị. Number one, it is in the past. It can also be in the present. And whether or not a past, ihe megoro, but ihe na-emeghị, ma ọ bụ ihe na-emebeghị, whether it's in the past or in the present, whenever you are representing negation, njụ, this is the marker. For some Igbo that are not born in Igbo or that did not acquire Igbo as a first language, to produce is almost a problem. Ikenna Kedo, thanks for joining. Ndewo, start. Now, can you tell me your English Igbo name? Stanfe what? All right. Josh, Dalo. Josh is Ginikina Chide. Is that Odemma? All right. Uche Chukwu Josh, Dalo. Ndeo. That guy, Leslie. Thanks for following. Ndeo. All right. Ana manabatu no niile ndị batara ugbu a. Ụmụafọ Igbo ya dịrị unu na mma. Chibuzo Ndewo. Oh, no. You're welcome. All right. So this is a negation marker. Try to produce it by yourself. This word, this sound is what we call a digraph. This is one of the diagrams we have in Igbo. I think I should use my red here. So this is one of the sounds that are made up of two letters, right? And you have the other ones, we, be, and all that. But this particular one, carry ụmụazị nsogbu ịkpọpụta. Okay? Mana whichever way iji kpọpụta ya, just know that this is one negation marker Igbo language has. Like whenever something is not done, was not done, has not been done, it is this. And to differentiate between past and present of it, so sometimes I do see myself quickly correcting my wife if she makes an expression like, oh, aṅụghị m mmiri taa. M sị ya mba, ịṅụbeghị mmiri taa, ọwụ na aṅụghị mmiri taa. N'ihi gịnị? Taa ka nọ. And we kwuru ị ka nwere ike ịṅụ mmiri. That means it is not a completely past tense. So it is not a regret. So it is not something that you cannot realize. It's something that you can still do. So mgbe ị na-etinye okay, I'm gonna have to clean up stuff. Okay. So ka m dee ya. Ejeghị m ahịa taa. Ejebeghị m ahịa taa. Ihe dị iche na nke a wee bụrụ nke a bụ past tense. Ihe emeghị garala aga, ihe gagoro, onye kwesịrị ime ya emeghị ya. Ekwesịrị m ịga ahịa taa, ejeghị m. Ebe nke a bụ present. You can still realize it. Ejebeghị m. And what is the difference? Ejebeghị m. Work or job bụ ọrụ. Depends on ọrụ. Job is ọrụ. Ọrụ farm bụ ọrụ ugbo. All right. So you see that both in ejeghị m ahịa taa, ejebeghị m ahịa taa, they are showing negation, something that has not been done or was not done. Ndewo. Kwere. Kwere aha ga okwere. Ga okwere. And what's your real name? Thanks to Usekwu Food for the roses. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. For those of you living in Albuquerque, New Mexico, Usekwu Food is one-stop place for Igbo Nigerian food. We as well ship across the city and the state. If you want grocery, in case you're living around places you don't have access to it, you can go to the website www.usekwufoods.com and you will get more information about that. We project Igbo culture wherever we go. That's what we do. And this is because we can be more proud of who we are than we are. So anytime, any day you step your 2 feet on the platform of proudly presenting yourself, you are one of the most fulfilled persons on earth. Maka ụmụazị anyị ndị na-eto eto, ihe ọma kpọrọ gị ọ bụrụ na ị nwere nne na nna ndị na-azụlite gị n'ụzọ nke mbụ, n'ụzọ Chineke, nke abụọ n'ụzọ ịmara na ịbụ onye Igbo, na ị kwesịrị ụbọchị niile ị tetara ụra, ị na-azọpụ ụkwụ n'ụlọ nne gị na nna gị, ị kwesịrị ịga ije ka nwa afọ Igbo, ị kwesịrị igosi onwe gị ka nwa afọ Igbo, ị kwesịrị icheta ihe niile mere gị ka ị bụrụ onye Igbo, ihe ndị Igbo kwenyere. What made us Igbo? What are our values? The unfortunate thing, the most unfortunate thing happening to our generation is we are quickly losing the elders who we used to consider as custodians of wisdom, who used to guide the young people on the pathway of righteousness, on the pathway of decency and morals, high level of morals. Ya nwa mere Igbo ji nwee ọfọ, nwee ogu. Ọfọ na ogu, the symbol of moral and the symbol of power, Ikenga, ogu, the symbol of decency. These are ingrained in Igbo way of life. So much that without us going to do dangerous prayers or whatever that we do when we go to church, people believe that there are certain things you do, you have provoked the gods of the land and you will get the consequences. And that is where people, fear to cross some lines. But today, unfortunately, a lot of things happen. All right. Ihe ndị a niile ka anyị nwere n'asụsụ anyị bụ Igbo, the way we express ourselves. Let's go back. I needed to do that little digression. Okay. Ejeghị m ahịa taa na-egosi na ahịa ahụ m kwesịrị ịga, agaghị m ya, ejeghị m ya, and it has passed. And that is because today has passed. Mana ejebeghị m ahịa taa, just this day. in the case that even though I am supposed to have gone possibly at 12 noon, now is 2 p.m., quote and unquote, I'm just throwing the numbers there. I have not gone. I can still go because ahịa ka nọ, ụbọchị ka nọ. Jaja, I don't know if that helps in what you want to understand. But then just let us understand that is a is a negation marker in Igbo. And okwu a na-agbakwunye n'azụ ngwa, it is a suffix. A na-agbakwunye n'azụ ngwa iji gosi ihe mmadụ emeghị ma ọ bụ ihe mmadụ emebeghị. N'ọnọdụ ihe mmadụ emeghị mana ọ ka nwere ohere ime ya, anyị na-ekpokwu ya na be yi. And both of them carry low tones. Be yi. This is low tone naturally, and everywhere you see it, the negation marker carries a low tone. The tone does not change. You hardly hear a native Igbo speaker say ejebeghim unless it is a dialect, unless the person is speaking a particular dialect. But in the standard form of it, the negation marker has a low tone. Okay? Right. Ihe ndị a bụ ụfọdụ okwu ndị anyị nwere ike ịgbakwunye n'azụ ngwa wee nweta mkpụrụ okwu ọzọ n'ime ya. And I'm going to also, all what I have, thank you, Sekufus, all what I have shown you now, these examples, na-egosi mgbe agbakwunyere okwu mana okwu agbanweghị. We added something to the verb, but the category of the word did not change. You know, they are still all verbs. Please, if you are joining us, try and share the teaching with your contacts. Those that are tapping on the screen for us, God bless you. That's one of the things that the least you could do, showing your that you enjoyed here. And let's also make it very interactive. I'm going to give us, after my intro, I gave you a moment. We're going to write a lot today. So I'm going to test some of the things we have, learned on how much you've really understood it. Yeah, please just share with your contacts and keep tapping on the screen for us. That helps the algorithm of the class to improve so that more people would be notified whenever we're here. Ọ bụrụ na ihe anyị na-eme bụ ihe I chere na ọ bụ ihe bara uru, ihe kwesịrị ekwesị, ebe ị na-amụta, ndewo Sekufus, azụ a ọ dịkwa ka ọ na-agụ m ugbu a m hụrụ ya. Unu ihe ahụ ọwụ azụ skumbia ka ọwụ okporoko ka ọwụ nwụrụpịrị ka ọwụ mangala ka ọwụ okpokwa. Isi a na m akpọla aha azụ ugbu ọtụtụ n'ime ya ma aha azụ ndị Jaja ole ka ịma. Dolphin. Gịnị bụ dolphin n'Igbo? N'ala Igbo e nwere azụ a na-eji ele nwaanyị ọmụgwọ, e nwere azụ a na-eji ele ọbịa, e nwere azụ a na-eri on a good day, do good. Ịbịara klaasị na azụ oge, ichefuola na abụ m onye nkuzi, ana m apịa ihe na klaasị. Chọrọ imebiri m regista? You're welcome. Kedu? So e nwere azụ a na-ata kwa ụbọchị. Achọrọ m ka ọ na ị maara azụ ndị a, please mee ka m mara. Nsogbu adị nne m. Oh, you're welcome. Kedu azụ ndị Igbo ji ele ọbịa? O nwere ike ọ dị iche na ebe n'obodo unu, dee ya ebe ahụ. Kedu azụ a na-eji alụ nwaanyị? N'ụlọ anyị nwere ha na-akpọ igbu iwu nkwụ rada maọbụ ịmachi nkwụ, whereby obodo ga-akụchi nkwụ si na onweghị ga-aga na ọhịa ga gbuo nkwụ n'ime ọrụ gị. It is your land, but nkwụ nọ n'ime ya ị gaghị aga egbu ya for a period of time. So obodo na-eji ya erase funds in those days when there used to be communal activities towards community projects. Ọbụna school, Ebola are one of the things our people do. The reason is because I want to na lie. Just today, there's a piece of land we got a few years back. Amam ihe no ya n'ime. I just sent one of my relatives back home, say gagodo na ala ahụ ga gụọrọ m oshishi nkwụ ole nọ ya. I was so surprised to hear that the land has about 56 pieces of oshishi nkwụ. That means that if I convert those palm trees to money, I'm a very rich man now. Looking at those oshishi. Jada, kedu nke firewood biko? Nkwụ na palm tree. Palm tree is one of the most lucrative subsistence trees that we have. Crops, but tree. It gives a lot of money. In my part of Igbo, families they depend on the palm produce, which include manunri, ake, avovo, ogiri. All of these, fiber is avovo, that's what we call it, and ejamuyoku. Every part of it is just there. So I was talking about, because there were too many trees of nkwụ in the farmlands. Ọbụ n'obodo chọọ ịrụ ọrụ n'oge ochie, ha akụchie nkwụ maọbụ machie nkwụ, si onye agakwala n'ọrụ ya gagbuo nkwụ from so time to so time. Especially this time around, we call it Abba. Abba, the season when there would be very huge ripening of the palm fruits. So the palm fruits will bear the palm bunches, and then the fruits in them, and then they will wait for the harvesting time. So people who have lands usually have the palm trees in them. Just like my piece of land has 56 pieces of oshishunko palm trees. That's a lot of money. Outside of just the piece of land, my family can make lots of money from those palm trees. So when the community says, okay, don't go into your farmland to cut palm fruits again, maybe from January to March, it will give the palm trees enough time to germinate, bear fruits and ripen. So what will happen on a said day, the community will now schedule the day that everybody will go into the farm and cut down the palm fruits in no order. What that means is that anybody can cut from any piece of land. You own the land, but anybody is entitled that day to go cut. The more you cut, the more oil you produce. And what will happen is that usually you kind of bring somebody who is known for cutting palm trees, a very skilled palm tree cutter. They know how to climb. Pum, 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 pum. So, ịga-achọ nwa okorobịa ọbara dị n'ahụ maka esi arị elu nkwụ. Either na ọ ga-eji oga, there's something we call oga, the rope, or ete. That's what we call it. If you have another name in it, in your own dialect, let me know. I'm not writing this. This is just a story I'm telling you as a piece of culture that I'm sharing. So on that day, you have to get somebody who is very skilled in cutting the palm tree, the palm fruits, because you need to get more. And before that day, 2 days or 3 days before that day, your palm fruit cutter will come around, view the lands around your village. They will go around far and wide. So in the morning, very early in the morning, this used to be one of the most reminiscent experiences we had growing up in the village. We will not go to school. There will not be school that day. Very early in the morning, as early as 5 a.m., people will now start gathering. People will start gathering in the community gathering place. In my place, it's called Abango. Fortunately, My family is very, very just in the middle of that community place. It's well centralized. So you and your palm fruit cutter will stay, and your family, usually they use bicycle. So everyone will gather, the community leader will okay, and people will gather, and then a man announcement. Unuma the rules. Enter any bush and cut. Do not cut the agriculture ones, the planted ones. So immediately they finish the everybody like locusts will head to the bush. Your palm fruit cutter will go to the area that he viewed. Everybody will go to the area that they viewed, that they saw many ripe palm fruits. And they will target those trees that they will saw. The faster you climb and cut and go to the next, the more palm fruits you are going to get for your contractor. And your contractor will be so happy to, to give you plenty food with beautiful fish. Abunko, beautiful. That's it, right? Okay, thank you. Do good. Abunko. Yeah, we call it ete, and we have another one that's called oga. So the more you get with so the family, all the rest of the family members will be, one person will be responsible for running along the palm fruit cutter, because the guy is so skilled. All his job is climb, cut down, come down, go to the next. Climb, cut, go to the next. So somebody will be responsible for following him around, maybe 2 people. While you are following, another person will be gathering the palm fruit. By the time the day ends, people will have heaps of palm fruits like this. This gives lots of money. And what do you gain? The community will say, everybody bring out 2 tins or 2 cans of oil. We try 2 tins of oil. 1 tin is about 25 kg. I don't know. My wife could help me out with that. 2 tins. So that's what the community will say, everybody bring. Now, you are going to be sure that you are not making only 2 tins. Otherwise, you lose. So if the community is asking for 2 tins, you make 10 tins. The rest 8 will be for you. So the community gains by raising money. You gain by having extra. That is why you need 20 liters. Thank you. That is why you need a skilled palm fruit cutter. Then you also need to get your family members who you don't necessarily pay. The guy that is usually being paid is a cutter. What led me to my story? The kind of fish is not the kind of fish you eat on a regular. So if you have in your community this kind of fundraising, olden time fundraising method, let me know and let us know what kind of fish that you people use. I will not tell you all of mine, but it is interesting that I mentioned some of the fish that we used to eat, that we have their names, and we know which occasion that one fish can be used or the other. It can vary according to Asa and Mangala. Thank you, Useku Foods. Asa is so sweet. All right. So, and you know that I know here. Abona Beatrice, no problem. Yeah, Kapam business is something that will make a lot of sense. Abona a guy here, it is expected that one of them say Gazutabo Azu, right? So only a guy, you can imagine a person who is supposed to go to the market prior to Ibunko, Imachimpo, a guy here. So what kind of trouble is that? I got you all. So it's better you say that the Jebe Imahia than you say J Imahia when it is Ahia Ikweserega prior to Ibunku, okay, Mobega Isoro. The same thing we apply to Isoro. Right now, it is getting to farming season. People are getting ready to go farm by cutting down the bush and possibly burning them. We still practice burning, and it's not harmful in any way because we do crop rotation or shifting cultivation. I think both of them, they use it intermittently, whereby you farm on a piece of land and leave it for the rest of few years, and it will regain nutrients before you farm again. So our lands were usually very, very what do you call it? They had enough nutrients that will go. So even if you burn your bush, it doesn't make any problem. So we also bring people who we contract to cut the bush for us, and we pay them money. In addition to paying them money, we cook for them. Nwaanyị ọbụla mara nri esi, a na-enwe ndị mmadụ na-achọ ịrụrụ ya ọrụ. Especially when you have contracted somebody before, you give mezie ya, to the point that orichanri ekechiri azu. This was traditional. This was unique in my own community. Age kechiri azu. That azu, and I have a way about you're going to cook it in a way that is not going to, like spill in the soup. Yeah, azu age tinye n'ike. So a na-ekie ihe in a way that ishicha nri egopụta ya iche. So while you serve the person bịara gbuoro gị nkwụ maọbụ ndị bịa sọrọ gị ọrụ, gị gopụtara ha azụ ahụ, ha ga-eji ala. They have the obligation to take it home and show their wives and possibly give to their wives. Most of the times, their wives will use that fish and make soup again for you, either serve you another food or recook it in another meal and all of that. It was a show of kindness, additional kindness that you would show to a person that came to work for you. Ọ bụrụ na gị nwa ka edinyere ahịa, gaa ahịa n'ụbọchị ekwesịrị igbu nkwụ the next day, ị gaa ahịa. What I'm saying that it's better for you to say ejebeghị m ahịa taa, rather than saying ejeghị m ahịa taa, because if this is a regret, that means you are in trouble, because you should go to the market. So in this situation, ejebeghị m ahịa pụtara na I can still go, because there's still time for me to go. So rather than ejeghị m ahịa taa. All right. Let us see additional examples with J as a where. Now we can as well have J. Remember, Nsonaazụ Mgbanwe. In this formation now, we're going to see example where the two of them come together. J plus plus Now this is prefix, and this is suffix. Will give us what? Njem. Journey. Now look at the example here. This word has changed from verb to noun. Changed from verb to noun. Njem aghọọla aha, ọ bụghịzi ngwa. Njem. We also have a similar example where you have J plus plus what we say reduplication. J, which will give us first. When we have this is prefix now. We'll have nj. Now nj plus nj will give us what? Njenje. This is how these words are formed. Okay, you can break them down to the lowest minimal factors. Dịka nga ndị chemistry na-ekewa molecule to what is the other one? You break it down to the lowest particle. Not every word is formed this way, but the verb allows this kind of formation in Igbo. And what we are trying to demonstrate is the verb has the potential of taking particles of grammar to form different words, whether in the same category or in another category, but it expands. That's what we do. And that's what we're trying to learn. Right. Now, the last I said here in terms of tense was past participle in the traditional grammar identification. Something that has been done already done, which is formed by J, Ela, and this is our marker. Ela is our past participle marker. Ojela, Oriela, Ekwuolam. We also have it as you can add cha, J plus cha plus Ela will now give us J, cha, a, la, J, cha, a, la. For those that speak more dialect or Anambra dialect, you say Jesigo, Jechago. Those are all dialectal. This is standard Igbo. J, cha, a, la. For the dialects here, J, ela will be Jego, oh, Jego. But this is standard. That's what we write. You can speak your dialect. Thank you so much, Useku Food, for the hearts. All right. Okay. So you can continue to add particles of grammar to extend the verb so long as they can work together. And then so long as you are following the rules of the vowel harmony. Okay. Now, observe that for JE, JBE, our E is the negation marker, while our ELA is our past participle marker. E has a low tone, while ELA has a high tone. And this is the natural tone, okay? In its natural form, ELA, high, E, low tone. Okay. Now, enwere onye nwere ajụjụ? Enwere onye nwere ajụjụ? The rest of my conversation will be based on what you wrote for me. Sandy Moore, thank you for sharing the live. For those of you joining us not quite long, this is Omenka app, and we are bringing to you Igbo class, and this is a campaign we created towards teaching Igbo sons and daughters and those who have affiliation with Igbo, the language and the culture. And this is a project we call Igbo Literacy Project. And we are looking towards the next 10 years, all Igbo born outside and inside would have learned Igbo. In this phase, we are teaching how to write Igbo language. We are also using our platform to project and to promote Igbo language and culture. And we are encouraging all Igbo born, wherever you are, you have a responsibility. If your parents did not enculturate you, now you are an adult, you are grown, enculturate yourself. Learn Igbo by yourself. And we're providing this platform. The classes we're teaching, we're streaming on TikTok, YouTube. Today, we were not able to get on Instagram. In addition to the class we're teaching here, Omenka app is an app that is available on Play Store and Apple Store. If you have downloaded the app, if you have any problem with it, let us know. Write a feedback, it will get to us. Other than that, it is useful for you to learn Igbo words. The beginning of understanding of Igbo begins with the word. Thank you, Jaja. You are very highly appreciated. So many people that are born outside Igbo land, young and adult people, who will today tell you, I can understand, but I can't easily speak. This is a class for you. And Omenka app is also for you. What we are saying is, do not continue to live by excuse or on excuses. Do something and get yourself in the right relationship with your cultural identity. Igbo Igbo bụ Igbo Igbo. No matter what you do, you cannot change your Igbo identity. This class, a na-eme ya Koko Jito, a na-eme ya every Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time and 7 p.m. Nigerian time. I teach again today around 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and which is around 1 or 2:30 a.m. Nigerian time. In that class, I teach young Igbo people growing up overseas, and they are physical in my class, but I also stream online for those that enjoy that class. In this semester, we are reading Igbo drama, Ejije, and it is written by one of our members in Nkuzi Ndinkuzi. Thank you for following. So you are welcome to join us in that class. We are yet to resume our culture discussion that we have on Saturdays. But here, I've been trying to incorporate discussions towards the Igbo way of life. We have a life. We used to have a life before the colonizers came to colonize us, merge us into Nigeria. And today, we are still struggling with, having to live with people that have different culture with us. That is one of the problems, one of the challenges Nigeria as a country has. When the colonizers merged people of different cultures, different ideologies, different ways of life, we began to learn bad things from people that we are not used to. And today is a huge problem. We all know that. Thank you, Coco Comic. Thank you for the TikTok gift. Thank you so much. Ana m ekele mmadụ niile ndị na-enye ihe onyinye, ndị na-etinyere m aka n'akara ịhụnanya. Chukwu gọzie unu. Amara Gbe Camera. It sounds Igbo, it sounds Yoruba. Thanks for following. Thanks for joining. Na iwu onye Igbo, are you Igbo? Puma Tuna, I recognize you. So please do well to teach yourself. If your parents did not introduce you in the way of learning Igbo, at the end of the day, you have no excuse. You cannot continue to hide by telling someone, I can speak, I cannot, I can hear, I cannot speak. Thank you, Theophilus, for what you're doing. I have people who are not Igbo who work with me. They are here for the love of their work. They're here for the love of Igbo. So if you are Igbo, you don't have any excuse by not enculturating yourself if you are an adult. Ị wụrụ onye nne, bụrụ onye nna, ụmụ gị ka dị ntakịrị, biko nyere ha aka ka ha mata ndị ha bụ. For those of us that read the Bible, we know about Moses. It is a significant and outstanding testimonial of a mother single-handedly raising her son in his cultural identity. But today, I go where the mother of Moses was teaching Moses righteousness, was teaching him holiness. No, she was teaching him his cultural identity. Ịhụkwa nwa Jew, ịbụghịkwa onye Egypt. Ị ga-akpakwa agwa ka nwa Jew. While the boy was suckling, while the boy was babbling, while the boy was crying, it is recorded that the mother kept on telling him that he was a Hebrew child. That was why Moses, as the Bible story has it, growing up in the palace of the Pharaoh king, identified himself as a Jewish son. You know the rest. This is one of the most important gifts any parent should give their children. If you don't, you have left that child hanging in life. It doesn't matter how much Bible they know. So long as you are living in this life, you are expected to grow old. The rest of your life is empty if you do not have a deep connection with your cultural identity. That is where identity crisis begins to set in. An identity crisis is not a virtue, it's a vice. It is anti-community cohesion. When a person begins to fall in the trouble of not knowing who they are, they can become anything. Today, we're living in a world that people identify as snakes, animals, all manner of things. It begins with not being able to trace their identity. You have one, hold it fast. There are people who are craving and crying to be able to identify with their roots. Even when they do DNA, you could tell them, oh, you are from Africa. Oh, you are 10% this, 80%. You will know yourself, say you be 90% Igbo. You are distancing yourself from your identity. By virtue of where you were born or whatever, you have no excuse. Come back to it while you will still have time, because you're going to have to stand a position of also enculturating your own children tomorrow. But if that is cut off from you, that's a minus. Right? Ubua, I got by any here did without walking. And I'm going to, just like I do some of the time, I will say something and you will write it for me. And I will talk about it. Okay? That's what we're going to do. Possibly the rest of the class. All right. Anamanabata ununile. Those are joining, those are sharing, those are liking, those are following. Thank you so much. Let's keep promoting the class, please. If you are really, even if you stayed here for like 2 minutes, you think that this is a good class, this is a good content, please share, like, give gift if you have. But for those of you who are looking for a way to support us, our shirts 4x4 is available, is here. So yeah, if you are in the US, you can order this and we ship it to you. If you are in Nigeria, we have one, it's white and green, and we can also ship it to you. Just let us know. Text us on our account on TikTok, on YouTube, whichever one. All right. Oh, what's going on with my YouTube? Okay. All right, ebidogo m. Amaghị m ka esi ede Igbo. Amaghị m ka esi ede Igbo. Achọrọ m ka onye ọbụla dee ya. Amaghị m. Amaghị m. Amaghị m ka esi. Chinolingo, what do you not know? Chinolingo, achọrọ m ka ede ya n'Igbo, okay? Yeah, thank you, Theophilus. Thank you. Amaghị m, Lady Zamta, ka esi ede Igbo. Lady Zamta, thank you. Achọrọ m ka onye ọbụla dee ya. I'm looking at what you wrote. Lady Zamta has written one. Amaghị m ka esi ede Igbo. Beatrice, okay. Beatrice, thank you. Amaghị m ka esi ede Igbo. Jaja, thank you. Thank you. Kedu ndị ọzọ? Aga m edepụta ihe ndị mmadụ dere. Ya, Lady Zamta, anyị hụrụ nke gị. Idegharịrị ya ọzọ. Lady Zamta edego and Jaja edego and Beatrice. Afam ndewo. Chinolingo. Amaghị means I don't know. Yes, you are correct. Kedo, how are you, Chinolingo? All right, Afam, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Any other one? And then I will 1 sec, 2 sec. Then I will write it and then I will talk about it. Amaghị m ka esi ede Igbo. 1 sec. Okay. Onwere onye ọzọ na-ede ya? All right. Ka m dee ya. Aga m eji nke ojii dee ya. Ọ bụrụ na ị dere ya otu a, kọrọ onwe gị aka ka m hụ aka gị. Ya, usekwufuru idetere mana okay, idegharịgo ya. Thank you. Ọ bụrụ na ị dere otu a ka m hụ aka gị, kọrọ onwe gị aka. I want to see the reaction. Then ndị ọzọ niile kọrọ ndị ọbụla onye ọbụla dere ya otu a ka ọ na ide ya otu a, idete ya, and I'm going to talk about this. If you wrote it this way, I want to see you clap for yourself, and I want to see others. Please clap for others that wrote it. Thank you for the roses, sacrifice. Thank you, thank you. Beautiful, beautiful, loving roses. Thank you. I'm not seeing anybody clapping for themselves, so yay! Thank you, Jaja. Mary, thank you for coming. You're welcome. All right. So those that wrote it this way, you got it. Fine. If you did not write this way, you didn't get it. Now, why did you not get it? So I saw Amaghị m ka esi ede Igbo. Thank you for clapping with roses. I also saw Amaghị m ka esi ede. I'm surprised that I did not see this. I'm surprised I didn't see, but I also wanted to talk about it. Okay. Now, ọ bụrụ na anyị lee ya Jaja, ahụ m nke i dere, ọ gị nwe nke ahụ. Jaja, ọ gị nwe nke a. All right. I detere ihe niile, mana ebe a kwaturu gị Jaja. Right. Onye dere amaghị m ka esi ede, lekwa ebe kwadara ya here. Okay. Onye nke a awụ na onye dere otu a, nke a ga-eso kwada ya, nke a ga-eso kwadakwa ya, nke a ga-eso kwada ya. Ya bụ na onye dere otu a dejọrọ ya n'ụzọ niile dị iche iche. Okay? Right. Now, this is the only correct way, like the only correct way to write what I said. And the reason we're going back to how we started, where we started and where we are today. Amaghị. This is a verb. Okay? And going by what we have learned of verbs now, what is the verb root? I want somebody who knows to split this word for me. Please. What is the, and bring out the verb roots. Kedoye Maya. Chidi, Dalo, thanks for sharing the live. Chidi, aha go Chidi. Go Chidi ade. No. Kedoye geke saram Mkpụrụokwu. We're starting from here. Wow. Camera. Thanks for sharing the lives with more than 10 people. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. The more Igbo people, Igbo sons and daughters, Igbo speakers we see here. Okay, instruction, bona. Nke a bụ ngwa. This is a verb. Gịnị mejupụtara ngwa nda? I nwere ike ikewasa ngwa wepụtara anyị the verb roots. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, ama bụ the verb root, Jaja sị na ama bụ the verb root. So Jaja and ladies and gentlemen kewara ya ụzọ abụọ, ama and ri, ama and ri. Kedu onye ọzọ? Nwere onye ọzọ? Ama i. Do we have any other person? Okay, let me do it. All right, Jaja and Lady Zomta, you did not get it, okay? And this is a fundamental, one of the fundamental challenges we'll have. Ma is a verb root. Thank you. Thank you. It's Sekufu and Jaja. Now, and Lady Zomta, you've corrected it. So what we have here is a as what? Prefix plus ma, verb root plus re, suffix, and that's what we're writing here. Prefix, verb roots, and suffix. N'ihi na ha bụ mkpụrụokwu ndị a chịkọtara ọnụ, a is not a pronoun. A is the prefix. And he is negation suffix for, what we learned today. Thank you for, laying that emphasis. The a is not a pronoun. So for what we have learned, this is a compound word. This is a word that is made up of other particles. But whatever particle it has been made up of, it is still in the verbal form. It is still a verb. Okay? E is a negation suffix. A bụ nganiru. Okwu bịara n'ihu ngwa ka e wee mejupụta ngwa ahụ ka o nwee ike ịdaba na ahịrịokwu. Okay? Amaghị. And this is a pronoun. This guy is a pronoun. For those of you that have been in my class, you know what we do to nouns and pronouns. We write them separately. Right? You do not write the noun or the pronoun together with the verb. We write them separately, and that's why it's standing on its own. Amaghị. Now, in the kindergarten formation of Igbo, what might come into your head will be my, which is correct. But because yes, we write now separately. Thank you, Theophilus. It sounds somehow in the ear. The language allows for some juxtapositions. It allows for additional process to happen to bring a better sounding grammatical particle of that word. So it now brought in a prefix and displaced the brought it here. Rather than we saying my, we bring in a prefix to come in front of the verb. This is a natural phenomenon. You can't recreate it. That's how the language works. So when we learn a language, we are learning how the language naturally or originally works. We do not make the language to work how we believe it should work or how we think it should work. That is one thing we need to be clear with. So the language allows for us to bring in a prefix, nganiru, webata nganiru, yoganihu ngwa. Then we're able to write separate as a pronoun. Now let's go ahead. Ka, eba. Ka becomes a linking word. A linking word that has a function of auxiliary as well is going to help us link the verb, because there now the noun phrase has ended. How? This is how. I don't know how. Okay? And this how is also has a particle of an adverb, because it's about how do you do something. How did you do something? How do you do something? How did you do something? It again comes in as a pronoun. It must stand on its own. What is the function of CAD? This guy and this guy happen to be the verb phrase again, whereby C is the auxiliary and this is a verb. Even this verb, ede, is not in its minimal form. What is a minimal form? A plus de, which is a verb root. Igbo word. Aspects of Igbo word. Mkpụrụokwu Igbo. Ịmụta mkpụrụokwu Igbo, ịmụtala Igbo. Even if you cannot adequately express yourself verbally, if the formula sinks into your head, boom, You're good. You are good. And this formula lies in being able to, when you see a word, ask yourself first, what category of word is this? When you see a word in a line of construction, what is the category of that word? Is it a noun? Is it a verb? And these are two major categories. We have the rest. Pronoun, rather, pronoun is part of noun. Nature. We have preposition, we have others. These two are the main, noun and verbs. Aha na ngwa. Okay. Now, when you have identified what category of word is it, if it is a verb, for instance, the other question to ask yourself is this verb, what particles is it made up of? Does it have suffix or prefix? Of course, it must have one or both. Because for it to come into a sentence, it must wear the clothing of either a suffix or a prefix or both. Because the verb in Igbo does not come into a sentence in its verbal, rather lexical or natural form. All right. So you will be able to split those words and get out the roots of it. Or you'll be able to know if this is a pronoun, should a person have written it together like this? The answer is no. Because this word, this thing not here, a letter, a sound, and a word is a pronoun, is a noun. So when I say pronoun, noun, it's the same thing, okay? Pronoun is ihe na-anọchite anya aha, a word that stands in place of a noun. So long as it's standing in place of a noun, it stands on its own. No two ways about it. So that will make you to begin to pose the question, is it a noun? Is it a pronoun? If yes, boom, separate. And this is a verb particle, which here works as auxiliary. So even if we don't split the verb, we know that this is a verb particle, like here, AC, a day. This day is also a verb particle, which is verbal form, and it can be split. Ajụjụ. Enwere onye nwere ajụjụ? For those of you joining us for the first time, this is Igbo class, and this class is brought to you by Omenka app under the project Igbo Literacy Project. We commissioned ourselves to teach Igbo sons and daughters Igbo language and culture. We are bringing the language and culture back to your doorsteps so that you get educated in your cultural knowledge, in your language. It is a fundamental responsibility you have. So we first of all created Omenka app, which is available for you on your Play Store and Apple Store. And then we are teaching this class every Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Nigerian time. We are rounding off. We have 15 minutes to go or less. And now that we have gotten to this point, I'm going to give one more example, but I want to encourage us. Please, for those of you that are on TikTok, tap on this screen and get us to 50,000 likes. We can do this. We have 15 or less than 15 minutes to go. If you are on TikTok, please tap on this screen to get us to 50,000 likes. Those of you on YouTube, the rules are different. While you are doing that, please ask me your question with regard to this. But I'm going to give another example we will write. And then I will also explain that. And maybe that will help us to get to the end of today's class. For you, if you are coming here for the first time, please, next time, ensure that you have someone new that will come to you. We have, if you are not on YouTube, you're on TikTok, we have all videos on YouTube account. You know that TikTok does not keep the videos, these long videos. We can only post the highlights, but a full video is on YouTube. So you just go there and look Omenka app, subscribe and like, please. So we have the videos over there. Okay, right. Please get us to 50,000 likes, and that is going to be a very wonderful milestone for today. And make our videos interactive by dropping your comments. That will help us a great deal to get an improved algorithm so that more Igbo people will see this class, this important class. All right. If you do not have any questions, thank you, Jaja. Thank you so much. Some of you deserve a badge, deserve an accolade, a trophy, because you have formed the basis, the bedrock of my inspiration, standing here every Monday to teach for 2 good hours. You know, it takes a lot of energy out of one, but that's the least I can do for my generation. The rest is for you. However you consume or you process the class, what you're learning here, is up to you. Whatever you do with it is for you. Whether you run along with it, share with your families, and bring them to learn alongside with you, it's up to you. But sincerely, I'm here to do my own job. This is mine. The rest is yours. All right. Ọmụmaatụ nke abụọ bụ ndị ọrụ ụzọ agbagharala ibe ha. Sister Caroline Chinaka, ọ dị ihe a? It's interesting. It's good to see you. I managed to pronounce your name because I dekọtara ya. Sister Caroline Chinaka, ndewo. Iso n'otu ndị nkuzi Igbo. Ahụghị m ọtụtụ ndị nkuzi Igbo taa. Ahụ m Do Good na Lady Zonta. It's good to have you, sister. Ndị ọrụ ụzọ agbagharala ibe ha. Ndị ọrụ ụzọ agbagharala ibe ha. Nkiru daalụ, Madam Nkiru. Kamgbe m nọ na-ajụ ndị si n'otu ndị nkuzi Igbo, ahụbeghị m aha gị. Ị na-emegharịkwa n'ahụ na klaasị a? Adanne. Thank you, Amara. I try to really pronounce that your first name. Camera. Amaragbe. Oh, ị na-eri nri si Madam Nkiru. So anyị nọ na klaasị ebe a mụ ihe, gị nọ n'ụlọ eri nri na-eri naanị gị. Very bad. Next time ị ga-esitere anyị nri ebe a. Ndị ọrụ ụzọ agbagharala ibe ha. Lady Zonta, nwanyị ọma, ndewo. Sister Caroline, ndewo. I'm from Imo State, Chidi. Ndị ọrụ ụzọ agbagharala ibe ha. Mmadụ abụọ edego ya. Beatrice, ndị ọrụ ụzọ agbagharala ibe ha. Ndị ọrụ ụzọ agbagharala ibe ha. Okay, thank you, camera. Okay, I was just being careful not to mess up your name. Thank you, brother. Ndị ọrụ ụzọ agbagharala ibe. Onwe onye ọzọ ga-ede ya, onwe ọzọ na-achọ ide ya. Ndị ọrụ ụzọ agbagharala ibe ha. And for those of you that didn't know, the first thing we wrote was Amaghị m ka esi ede Igbo, which means I do not know how to write Igbo. That's just what it means. Ndị ọrụ ụzọ agbagharala ibe ha. Ndị ọrụ ụzọ agbagharala. Okay, Jaja, you use gbagharala. Chidi, so I don't know when you joined us. I do make it known to my audience that we do not encourage the writing of dialects over and above the standard Igbo. Olive, Sister Ndidi Kedo, it's good to have you. You're welcome, sister. So we encourage you to speak your dialect, but when you want to write Igbo, you write the standard form. And the standard form is like when you want to write English, whether you speak Nigerian English or you speak Pidgin English. Whenever you want to write down something, your brain tells you it is a standard form that you should write. Let's say you are writing a letter, you are writing a composition. Whenever you are putting down some, you are looking for the best grammar of the standard form and not the dialect. So in Igbo, it's the same thing. If I'm speaking, if I step out of this class now and speak with somebody who comes from my village, I will speak my dialect. I don't speak my dialect. I'm speaking the central Igbo. That is the Igbo spoken around Imo, Mbidi, and some other places in, collectively. And again, know that in this class, what we teach is how to write Igbo primarily. So that is why I emphasize on writing in the standard form of Igbo, because it helps us to create the homogeneity that the language has, the culture has. We can't create confusion for ourselves. If I write in Mpise dialect, you write in Anambra dialect, somebody writes in Ohafia dialect, it is a house of commotion and it will not stand. Thank you, Madunile. And I see that everybody got it. Everybody got it. Oh, sorry. Ndị ọrụ ụzọ agbagharala ibe ha. This used to be a popular song. Ndị ọrụ ụzọ lele, ndị ọrụ ụzọ agbagharala ibe ha. Thank you, sister. Yeah, it's been a long time. Thanks that you're joining today. So Achomina Achogachana class, Sister Caroline. You're welcome. All right. So I was looking for Ndehe, no, this area. Okay, but I'm glad that everybody got it. Okay, I was looking for somebody to write this separate, but I'm glad that everybody got the concept that this is a verb. And this is the major verb in this string of sentence. Okay. No, Ndi, lady, don't mind me. Ndi come there. I'm trying to kill. Is E Ndi Orozo. All right. So this is where I was expecting that somebody make mistake, but everybody got it. And so Abagarala. And what do we have? Who can split the Abagarala for us and get us the verb root? That's the last assignment. Who can split it? Somebody. Split it. Get us the suffixes and prefixes and the verb root. Oh, yeah. While I explain the rest. First of all, somebody can as well write Ndi Oro Ozo. You see this thing? I'm going to explain this in subsequent classes. I will explain this. Bagara. Okay. Dr. Didi. Bagara is what? What is Bagara there? A prefix, ledizomta. Jaja, A prefix. Ledizomta. Ba as verb root. So I want you to identify what you are splitting. Ndị nọ na YouTube, I'm not seeing your hand. You are slow. You are slow. Gba as verb root. Sister, okay. It's all right, sister. Nsobade. Ndewo. It's good to have you. All right. While we are doing that, we have 4 minutes to go, and we are still about 3,000 less than our target for today. Okay. Allah. Jaja, what is PP? Ba ya nsonaazụ. The verb root is ba. Okay. Sister Sina, the verb root to ba. Okay. Is la the negative? No, sister, is not. It's not the negation. Ra na la nsonaazụ mgbakwunye. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, darling sister, past participle. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Let's try it. A plus ba ra plus la gets us ba la. So what is the verb root? Our sister Ndidi Olive got the verb root as ba ra. Clap for her, please. And what is a? A is prefix. And la is suffix. Now, somebody will wonder why. How? As how? Why do we have the entire Bahara as verb root? Yes. What is the way to find out? What is the translation of the word? What is its equivalent in English? Not that we are measuring our language with English, it must be. No. The concept of Bahara, what is it? To abandon. To abandon. That's what it is. And it's ambiguous, right? The other meaning it has is what? Forgive. Bahara. So you cannot split Bahara anymore. When you do, you no longer have abandon or forgive in another context. You no longer have left, because the right word is really, really abandon. Yeah, in the context, left behind, not forgive. Okay. Because if you say ba is a verb root, ba is what? Run. Okay. So to run and leave behind will not have to become another verb root and not verb root plus a suffix. No, it won't give us that. You see the concept? For us to get leave behind, abandon, or in other context, forgive, it must be bagara. Ndorozo abagara libeha. They left ibeha behind. Ndorozo, those who either mend the road, or even people who come in a communal format, like I talked about communal activities that we used to experience growing up back home. In the olden days, there used to be a time when the leader of the community would summon the people together by the sound of the gong. And a day will be set aside to clean the road, either the road leading to the stream or any major road leading to the market. Sometimes those activities are shared according to kindreds. So, enwere ike ịkpọ ha ndị ọrụ ụzọ. Ịrụcha nke gị laa. So, usually a na-arụ dị ọrụ ha na-agụ egwu. Onye egbuwe achara, onye egbuwe, onye akpọla ibe, onye ikoni. Then sometimes they change it. Ndị ọrụ ụzọ lele, ndị ọrụ ụzọ agbagharala ibe ha. It brings joy when community will work together and they sing together. Music brings harmony. The harmony adds honey. It adds sweetness to the work so that people don't work laboring, they work in joy. And this happens when you work as a community. That's one of the things we experienced growing up. So I bụrụ onye na-adị na-anaghị ọrụ ọrụ ngwa ngwa n'ihi na-adị lazy, a na-agụ ndị ọrụ ụzọ agbagharala ibe ha. Know that ọrụ achọwala ego, ịrụchabeghị nke gị. And you're gonna have to hurry up. And this is usually the community. The men will come with their machetes and cutlasses, while the women will come with the hoes. Ụmụazị ga-abịakwa with whatever they have. And that may in a way that you cannot excuse yourself of it. If you're not around or going to be around, you must have a representative. Unwagi toroleto, or they can go represent you. If you are a man, your male child can represent you. If you are a woman, your female child can represent you. But your family cannot be absent. Because arụcha ọrụ, ndị na-abịa ya ọrụ, a ga-aga n'ụlọ ha, garie ha iwu. Iri iwu pụtara, they will go and pack stuff from their homes so that they will come and redeem that, either with money or whatever thing they will have to give the community to redeem what was taken from their house. Is also a way of raising funds on a good day, in a good day. But today, some of these things have been bastardized because people no longer have that communal life together. And this is taking a huge chunk out of us. And our children today do not know about that. These are things that we are trying to bring back home to us, to our hearts, to our children by what we do here. The Igbo Literacy Project brings literacy back to the Igbo people, wherever they are. And that is why we have Omenka app. And by this, I thank you today, every one of you that made it a point of duty to be here. Your time, your participation is so highly valued. I see friends here. I see sisters, brothers. Is a way of connection. Ebe ọbụrụ na mmadụ niile nwere ike ịghọta ihe niile m ga-ekwu n'Igbo, I will be very happy speaking Igbo all through my class. Putting English will be just a little thing. But it's an advantage that we all are bilingual. That is the beauty of speaking English. English should not take the place of Igbo. It should be on its own and serve us the purpose of code switching and code mixing whenever we feel convenient doing that. But I would have loved my class to be an environment where I can teach in Igbo all through. But it is not the same. And that is because I have people who are learning Igbo as adults. And this class is for you. So thank you for the encouragement. All of you that, those on TikTok that are tapping on the screen continuously without stopping, sharing the live. Those on YouTube doing the same. Thank you, everybody that joined for the first time today. Appreciate you so much. You had other things to do, but you made our time to be here. Do not forget to download the Omenka app if you have not. And let us know if you need our 4/4 to support us and also to promote the Igbo Literacy Project. I will be here again later today, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That class is for the younger people. We are reading an Igbo drama. It is not just for the younger people by age. Anybody who is also learning Igbo, come and read an Igbo drama book with us. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. If you are in Nigeria, it would have been that you are awake, asleep, but if you are awake, you can join us. Next week, Monday, until we resume our Saturday program. Thank you so much. Go to our YouTube and watch the videos if you missed anything. Okay? Yes, sister. Unfortunately, up to 80% of this class are people who are learning Igbo. That is what algorithm shows me, the analytics shows me. People who are joining from Ofesi, unfortunately, we can't just speak all Igbo and leave them out. Thank you so much. Ya dịrị unu na mma. Ọtụtụ ihe ka anyị mụrụ n'ụbọchị taa, the cultural activities. We will continue to incorporate those while we are teaching. Manamara, my class is all about teaching us how to write Igbo. We'll continue in this trend in the next week. Thank you for getting us to 52,000 as opposed to 50. That was our target for today. I'll see you again in the next week. Thank you, Seku Food, for your gifts.